Hair discrimination is a form of social injustice based on hair textures. It typically targets people who are from African descent. Now, according to the Hair Equality Report in 2019, anti-Afro hair policies have risen by 66.7%. Now, this prejudice particularly affects people in the workplace and at school. Do you feel like you've ever had to conform to fit in for maybe school or work or anything like that?
Walking into a courtroom, being the only female, prosecuting as well. Yes, I had times where I have to pull back my hair. Most times I have to pull back my hair. And I felt I had to do it to be able to be taken seriously.
Walking around and everyone's staring at me with my afro out, I'm a bit, intimidated as well, so I feel like I must cover up.
Sandra Vassiana is the leader of the Know Your Roots project in collaboration with Partnership for Young London. Well, I know black hair plays a big part in black identity, and of course with colonialism, a lot changed. So can you explain a little bit more about some of the key historic moments with that?
We know from our own lived experience and from various aspects of research that black hair is still problematised. I think that in the 1500s, when race was constructed as a concept by Europeans, it profoundly shifted the perceptions of African identity. I mean, hair has always been filled with meaning for people of African origin. It's been a sign of your social status, so for example, your marital status. The Himba people of Namibia used to lock their hair as a sign of their age and their tribal affiliation. So hair always had meaning.
Zena Alpha is a broadcast producer from London who started a petition against hair discrimination in the UK. So I want to ask you a little bit about your experience with hair discrimination. What happened?
When I was at school, I was probably about 12 or 13, and I had my hair in braids. Went into school, and a maths teacher, she then said to me, your hair isn't school policy, this is disgusting, you need to take it out straight away. Your school is telling you that you cannot have your hair in a way to protect your hair, is then pretty difficult.
How's your experience with hair discrimination affected you personally with your relationship and your hair?
I originally started very, very traumatised, and a trauma that maybe I didn't really think about it that much. It took me more than 10 years to actually then get braids after that.
Casey Alicia is a self-published children's author who released Love Thy Fro in 2015 and then adapted it into a musical in 2018 and 19. Now, a report from the Books Trust revealed that from 2007 to 2017, white children's book creators had twice as many books published than creators of colour. Please tell us a little bit more about the protagonist, Kemi.
Kemi's a young girl that doesn't really like her hair, and she's trying to strive to be like the girl in the advert that she sees, who has what she thinks is ideal hair. But she goes on a journey back to the 70s, and she learns to love herself, essentially.
How important is it for young Afro-Caribbean children to see black hair represented?
It's super important for children to see themselves represented. If a young black girl sees a woman that looks like her, same skin tone, Afro hair, doing something amazing, she's gonna be like, oh, I could do that. So I was like, let me create something that they can draw inspiration from. And, we can really start that self-love journey at a young age.
If we're saying that the law treats Afro hair equally or fairly, then you would say this law is going to alert everybody, make everybody aware that Afro hair needs to be treated a certain way. And also for people to understand there are different hairstyles that are associated with Afro hair, and not to think that one hair type or one hairstyle is representative of everybody.
You are fighting in a completely brand new way, which I think is incredible.
Yeah.
The hair discrimination petition.
With Understand My Hair, essentially it is a means to bring awareness to the discrimination against people because of their hair, and also to change the law. Like, I want the law changed. I want it amended.
This discussion about hair discrimination and texturism shows there is still a long way to go to foster equality.
My motivation around World Afro Day was to really raise awareness that our hair is a human rights issue. I went to the United Nations and I spoke to them about the children being discriminated against and being sent home from school and actually being denied an education. Why would you be denied an education because your hair type is different to another hair type? I mean, it's a basic human right.